The alien princess struggled to stay composed in the presence of a human soldier. Vela watched the human female with curious eyes. She had never seen such a strange creature up close before. The human stood tall with confidence, her weapon held loosely, at her side, but ready for use. Vela admired that readiness, that alertness. The soldiers of her own people were disciplined but lacked the intensity she saw in this human named Kate. The meeting chamber felt too small now with the human delegation. Present Vela tugged at her ceremonial collar. Feeling the weight of her position as the third daughter of Emperor Zax, Kate had arrived with the other humans as part of a peace mission. But Vela found herself unable to focus on diplomatic matters. Whenever the soldier was nearby, Captain Kate Mason stood at attention, her eyes scanning the ornate hall of the Zorian palace. The alien princess kept stealing glances at her, which made Kate uncomfortable. She was here to protect Ambassador Lily, not to become a curiosity for alien royalty. But there was something in those large silver eyes that made Kate curious too. The Zorians had reached out after decades of conflict offering peace. The humans had been skeptical, but desperate enough to try. Ambassador Lily believed in the mission, but Kate remained cautious. Humans had learned the hard way that trust came with a price in this galaxy. Vela approached Kate during the evening reception. Her 6 fingers twitched nervously as she spoke. Kate did not step back, though her training told her to maintain distance. The princess towered over her by at least 2 feet, yet moved with surprising grace. Our worlds have been enemies for too long. Kate Mason, Vela said, her translator converting her musical language to English. I wish to understand humans better. Perhaps you could tell me about Earth. Kate hesitated. Ambassador Lily gave a slight nod from across the room, indicating permission. Earth is beautiful but damaged. Kate said, thinking of the scorched continents and poisoned seas left by the first Zorian attacks. We fight to protect what remains. Vela lowered her head in what Kate recognized as shame. Our previous emperor, my father, believed humans were a threat to our expansion. Was wrong. We have learned much since then. Kate remained silent, unsure how to respond to this admission. The princess continued, I have studied your species. You are so fragile compared to us. Your bodies break easily. Your lives are short. Yet you have pushed back our forces at every turn. How is this possible? Kate smiled slightly. We are stubborn. When someone tells us we can't do something, we try even harder. The reception continued around them, but they remained in their own bubble of conversation. Vela learning about human determination. Kate discovering that not all Zorians supported the war. Ambassador Lily watched with hope, seeing the soldier and princess finding common ground. Later that night, alarms blared throughout the palace. Kate rushed to find Ambassador Lily, but instead found Princess Vela cornered by 3 armed Zorians. Their weapons were aimed at the princess. Vela saw Kate appear in the doorway and felt both relief and fear. The rebel faction had finally made their move. They opposed peace with humans and now planned to assassinate her as a warning to her brother, the new emperor. Without hesitation, Kate fired her weapon, hitting one attacker. The others turned toward her. Kate dove behind a column as energy blasts scorched the wall behind her. She had faced Zorian soldiers in battle before, but never in such close quarters. The aliens were stronger, but Kate was quicker. Vela was not helpless. As the third daughter, she had been trained in combat since childhood. While the rebels focused on Kate, Vela struck one from behind. The remaining rebel fired at the princess, but Kate leapt from cover, tackling Vela. The energy blast missed them by inches. They landed hard with Kate on top of the princess, their faces inches apart. Kate was struck by how alien yet beautiful Vela was. The princess seemed equally fascinated by the human so close to her. For a moment, the battle around them faded away. The moment broke when the final rebel aimed at them both. Kate rolled away, drawing her sidearm and firing in one smooth motion. The rebel fell. Kate helped Vela to her feet, checking her for injuries. The princess was unharmed. You saved my life. Vela said, her silver eyes wide with wonder. Why would you risk yourself for me? Your death would mean war. Kate answered simply. And too many have died already. The palace guards arrived, securing the area. Ambassador Lily appeared relieved to find Kate unharmed. The assassination attempt had failed, but the peace talks were now in jeopardy. That night, Vela requested a private meeting with Kate. The human was surprised but agreed. They met in the palace gardens under the light of 3 moons. The rebels who attacked me are not the only ones who oppose peace, Vela explained. Many Zorians believe humans are inferior, unworthy of respect, but they are wrong. I have seen your courage firsthand. Kate listened carefully, realizing the princess was taking a political risk by meeting alone with her. My brother, the Emperor, values my counsel. Vela continued. I will convince him that humans are worthy allies, but I need to understand your people better. What do you want to know? Kate asked. Everything, Vela replied. The princess stepped closer, reducing the space between them. How do humans live? What makes you fight? What do you dream of? Kate found herself opening up, telling Vela about growing up in a world at war, about losing her parents to a Zorian bombing, about joining the military to protect what remained of humanity, but also about human resilience, about art and music that still flourished despite everything. About hope. Vela listened entranced by these stories of a species so different from her own. Yet she recognized something familiar in Kate, a determination, a passion that transcended their biological differences. The peace talks resumed with new energy. Vela spoke passionately before the council, arguing for alliance rather than mere coexistence. Kate watched from her position beside Ambassador Lily, impressed by the princess' eloquence. When a counselor questioned human value, Vela recounted how Kate had saved her life, risking everything for an alien princess. The council members murmured among themselves, reconsidering their positions. The final day of negotiations arrived. Kate found Vela alone in a corridor. The princess seemed troubled. What happens when you return to Earth, Kate Mason? Vela asked, her voice soft. I go back to being a soldier, Kate replied. We still have enemies beyond the Zorians. Vela reached out hesitantly, her 6 fingers hovering near Kate's face. Perhaps you could stay, become a liaison between our peoples. We have much to learn from each other. Kate felt something unexpected, a connection to this alien princess that defied explanation. In Vela's presence, she saw possibility rather than conflict. I would need permission from my superiors, Kate said, but I think that's a good idea. The peace treaty was signed the next day, establishing not just an end to hostilities, but the beginning of cooperation. Kate stood proudly as Ambassador Lily and Emperor Zax formalized the alliance. Vela caught her eye across the chamber and gave a gesture Kate had come to recognize as a smile. 2 species so different had found common ground through understanding. Kate realized that perhaps the strongest weapon humans possessed was not their technology or their determination, but their capacity to connect even with those who seemed utterly alien. As the ceremony ended, Vela approached Kate. The human soldier and the alien princess stood side by side, looking toward a future neither had imagined possible. Yet both now embraced. When the delegation prepared to depart, Kate remained behind. Her new assignment as military liaison to the Zorian Empire would begin immediately. Vela showed her to her new quarters in the palace wing. I believe our peoples have much to teach each other, Vela said. But perhaps we too have even more to learn. Kate nodded, her usual caution giving way to curiosity. Together they walked through the palace corridor. 2 individuals from worlds apart, united by circumstance and something neither could yet name. But both felt growing stronger with each passing day.